Have you ever paused amidst the relentless pace of your daily life to wonder deeply and quietly what true happiness might feel like? Not fleeting joy, not momentary excitement, but a profound, enduring sense of contentment. Picture this: a life where your days flow gently, your thoughts move clearly, and your desires align harmoniously with what you genuinely need. It's an appealing vision, yet it remains, for many of us, strangely elusive. Today, I invite you on a philosophical journey back in time over 2,000 years ago to the quiet garden of Epicurus in ancient Athens. Epicurus, often misunderstood as advocating sheer indulgence, proposed something far subtler and, I would argue, far more urgently needed today. He spoke of simplicity, clarity, and moderation as keys to lasting happiness. But why does happiness elude us in modern times, despite unprecedented comforts and conveniences? Perhaps it is precisely these comforts that have obscured rather than revealed our path to true happiness. Epicurus would caution us: our appetite for possessions and accolades, our endless pursuit of status and wealth, these are not roads to genuine contentment. Instead, they are distractions, complicated burdens that cloud our understanding of what truly nourishes the human soul. Let us pause here. Imagine shedding the clutter of unnecessary desires, possessions, and worries. What if simplicity itself could provide a clearer window onto life's pleasures? Epicurus believed firmly in the joy of moderation, not austerity, but rather intentional, thoughtful restraint. He saw clearly how often our unhappiness stems not from lacking enough, but paradoxically from having too much and still craving more. This mindset, at first, seems counterintuitive. How could wanting less possibly enrich our lives? Consider your daily experience, the constant influx of information, advertisements promising happiness through purchases, social pressures compelling you to keep pace with others' lives. Have you noticed how these external voices rarely quieten your internal anxieties? Instead, they amplify a sense of inadequacy, urging you always toward something more, something just beyond reach. Epicurus teaches us something transformative. Real joy is found not in the abundance of possessions, but in the quiet appreciation of simple, everyday pleasures. Picture the comfort of a friendly conversation shared over a modest meal, the peace found in solitary contemplation, or the fulfillment gained from meaningful relationships. These are not extravagances, they are available to all of us, yet so frequently overlooked in our restless quest for something greater. Why then have we drifted so far from this simple wisdom? Our culture idolizes complexity and excess, equating busyness with success, confusion with depth. Yet clarity of thought, another cornerstone of Epicurean philosophy, reveals this complexity as often unnecessary and detrimental. Clarity, according to Epicurus, comes from disciplined reflection, from creating space in our minds to understand clearly what genuinely matters to us. Think about how often you rush through your day without pausing to consider why you're doing what you're doing. Have you ever stopped long enough to examine your deepest motivations? Epicurean clarity requires us to step away from distractions, to evaluate our desires honestly, asking whether they contribute to or detract from our genuine happiness. Such clarity does not arise spontaneously. It demands practice and intention. Epicurus recommended regular reflection, deliberate contemplation to discern essential needs from superficial wants. Through clarity, we achieve freedom, not the freedom to indulge recklessly, but the freedom to choose consciously and wisely. In doing so, we liberate ourselves from the tyranny of societal expectations and internal compulsions. Now, what might life look like if we truly embraced this Epicurean simplicity and clarity? Imagine waking each morning not to the dread of unmet desires or endless obligations, but to a clear sense of purpose rooted in simplicity. Your daily choices become easier, less burdened by regret or uncertainty. guided instead by a clear recognition of what genuinely enhances your well-being. The Epicurean way of life also deeply honors friendship and community, recognizing relationships as essential sources of genuine happiness. In our digital age, we find ourselves paradoxically connected, yet profoundly isolated. Epicurus foresaw this danger millennia ago, advocating instead for deep, authentic friendships, cultivated slowly and deliberately. Imagine investing your time and attention not in shallow interactions or virtual validation, but in genuine relationships characterized by mutual care and understanding. This isn't merely ancient advice, it's profoundly relevant today. Science continually affirms Epicurus's insights. Happiness correlates strongly with meaningful relationships, simplicity, and clarity of thought. Modern psychology echoes his teachings. Material wealth beyond basic needs provides diminishing returns on happiness, while community and purposeful simplicity provide lasting fulfillment. Yet knowing this intellectually isn't sufficient. Epicurus's philosophy demands practice. It invites us not merely to understand simplicity, but to embody it, to integrate clarity deeply into our daily decisions and interactions. It asks us to resist the urge for excess, the temptation of distraction, and the false allure of superficial validation. Begin simply. Assess your daily habits. Identify moments or possessions that add unnecessary complexity. Reflect quietly on what genuinely brings you happiness. Slowly, thoughtfully, release those burdens that no longer serve you. Embrace modest pleasures, cultivate genuine relationships, and create regular space for contemplation. Over time, you may notice a profound shift. What once seemed essential fades into insignificance, replaced by a deeper appreciation of life's modest, everyday joys. Your thoughts become clearer, your life simpler, your heart more peaceful. Epicurus's teachings invite us to reclaim our lives from needless complexity. They encourage us gently but firmly to reorient our priorities around genuine simplicity, thoughtful clarity, and deep, lasting happiness. This is not a path of deprivation, but liberation. It is not an outdated relic, but timeless wisdom, offering profound relevance to our modern condition. Ultimately, the Epicurean mindset whispers to us a gentle truth. Happiness is not a destination to be chased, acquired, or conquered. Instead, it resides quietly within the very simplicity and clarity we so often overlook. Live simply, think clearly, and perhaps you will discover that happiness has been patiently waiting for you, quietly available all along.